Okay guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a new subscriber, thanks for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, cheers, karibu nyumbani, you're welcome. So as you've seen from the title of the video, I'm gonna be making a story time, and this video I'm just gonna be helping like just giving girls like eyes to see definitely, because things that happen in Nairobi, because I've lived in Nairobi like for 6 years, and I got like so many character development that I wouldn't want any other girl to go through. So this video I'm gonna be doing makeup. I'm gonna be transforming my face as I give you girl the story time. It's nighttime over here, so yeah, so I'm gonna be transforming my face. I'm gonna be using products from I Method Beauty, and I'm gonna be using this pomade brow. It has different stencils. I'm gonna show you guys how it works. I'm gonna leave a link on my description box so that you guys can shop. It's on Amazon. Yeah, and as I tell you the story, yo, it's gonna be a good story. You need to hear this till the end and know what to do. Okay guys, so let's get into it. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you're notified anytime I post a new video. And let's start this video. So this brand that I'm working with has different type of shades. It has shade 2, 8, different type of shade that goes on with your skin. So before I start saying the story, I'm gonna show you how this works on your makeup. It's gonna make you like do your eyebrows so fast, you know, all those girls who doesn't know how to do their eyebrows straight. I got your back. I Method got your back, you know. Yeah, so they have different stencils, so you choose the shape that you want to go with that day. It has different type of shapes, okay? So I'm gonna go with this shape, and it's already even indicating for you like how to do it. Like you just put it on your eye, and then we have this thing, this pomade. I'm using pomade, this one. Like it's a stamp on. I just tap in, and then my eyebrow is done. So I'm gonna show you guys as I'm making this story. So yeah, I have been broken several times in Nairobi, like so many times, to the extent I was literally giving up on dating. Like I was like, okay, I'm done with dating. I don't think I'm gonna be dating soon or anything. And then my friend, like, you know, I was in like, let's start from here. So I was born and raised in Kisumu, okay, and I went to Nairobi to school, okay. So what brought me to Nairobi was school, not anyone. I didn't have any relative in Nairobi. Actually, I had relative in Nairobi, but we're not so close to them. So it was my mom's sister. So most of the time I go and walk, like visit her, but it reached a point I was like, I don't want to go and visit her because I was living in the hostel, okay? And you know, like if you live in the hostel, definitely girls always go, because it was a campus. It's a campus in Roysambu, so it's a campus in Roysambu. So during weekends, girls would go out. Others would go to their parents. Others would go to their boyfriends. You know, that kind of stuff, okay? So I used to look at that. So I didn't have anywhere to go because I didn't want to go spend time with my aunt very much, because you know it's Nairobi. Everyone mind their business. When I get, so I didn't want to go spend time with my aunt a lot. So I just used to get bored in the hostels because I didn't have anywhere to go, because my family was in Kisumu, okay, and my mom was in Eldoret. So look at that. So I finally got a guy who we met at the bus station when I was coming back to school from Kisumu, because anytime we close school, I'd go back home, and then when you open school, I come back to school, okay? So I met this guy at the bus station when I was just new in Nairobi. This is my first time in Nairobi, okay? So I met this guy, and okay, let me focus. Okay, so I met this guy at the bus station because I didn't know anywhere to go, because I'm new, like you, I'm new to Nairobi, and this is my second time coming to Nairobi. The first time my mom brought me and dropped me in school. So the second time when I was going back to Nairobi, it was me alone, not my mom, not anyone accompanying me. It was just by myself. So I used to like traveling at night, okay, so that I can sleep, and then by the time I wake up, boom, I'm in Nairobi. So yeah, so when like when you're coming from Kisumu, the first stop is in Nakuru, okay? So we stopped at Nakuru. We stopped at Nakuru for people to get refreshments and people to go pee or do their stuff, those kind of stuff. So this girl was just eyeing on me. I don't know why he was sitting, but he was just eyeing on me, looking at me, and I wasn't giving attention because I was just like naive. I was just from high school and I didn't used to do so much because I was still a kid. Like, I was raised in the same sense that I don't know much things about relationship because my parents and my grandma were so strict. So being raised by them, these things about relationship and stuff was like out of bounds for me, okay guys? So this guy was eyeing me because I was just fresh from camp. I mean, fresh from high school. So this was my second semester first year, okay? So he was looking at me. I didn't notice, and then when everybody alighted and went down, he came and approached me, bought me fries, and was like, why not? I want fries. Yeah, so I don't know where he was sitting. I think he was sitting at the back. So we reached at Nairobi at railway station because I climbed this bus. I've forgotten the name. Oh my goodness, I've forgotten the name. They were like this kind of like bad buses. They weren't in good condition, like kizi baba simba yamba, that they're so cheap. It wasn't easy coach, that's what I know. It wasn't easy coach. So this story is about to get hot. So we went, and then we reached Nairobi at around 6 a.m. in the morning. I didn't know the way to school. I don't know where I'm getting the bus. I don't know where I'm supposed to get the bus to Roysambu. So this guy was like, it's so late and I wanna show you the road and I don't want you to get lost, because like Nairobi, how Nairobi is, right? Nairobi is a big city and there's a lot of cars, there's a lot of thieving, there's a lot of many things, unajua. So I was like, okay, it looked kind of good. Yeah, it was good looking, and then it looked kind of like a Muslim, okay? So I said yes, and he took me to it. Told me like, when you're like, it's so late, let me just take you to my house, and then when it's early in the morning and it's bright, I can show you the way to go and make you aboard the bus that takes you direct to Roysambu, or that takes you to Thika Road, and then you'll be in school, okay? So I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I think I've had like lots of stories about Nairobi, so I was so scared, and I was like, oh, this is a good Samaritan. So that day I went and I just slept so well, and I woke up. We didn't do anything, or anything didn't happen, because that's the first time. So I was so happy, like I've gotten someone who's helping me out and showing me the way. So he came and took me to, the morning came, he made me coffee. I had coffee, and then he took me to the bus station. Boom, and I went back to school. So we exchanged contact, and like, we're gonna talk more, okay? Yeah, that was back in 2016. Yeah, 2016 September. Yeah, because 2016 March. Yeah, so because that was the second semester. Yeah, so we exchanged contact, and I knew like we're gonna meet again. Yeah, so we used to text, so like I was happy the fact that when girls go to see their boyfriends, others go to see their family, because many of the people who were in my school were coming from Nairobi. I was just the one who came from far, okay? So when people are going on Saturdays or weekend to see their family, for me, I'll pack my bags and go where? To my boyfriend, because he lived in Umoja. Yeah, so I'd go there, we'd stay, and he was so loving. I did like, his house was so clean. It was a clean freak and stuff, and also like, he just loved to do stuff. He'd make me food and all this kind of stuff, okay? So the relationship was getting stronger and stronger, okay? So every weekend I'd even go to his place, stay in his place. I even like skip classes, don't go to classes, because that was so at the peak, like most of the time I won't go to class because I just want to hang out with him, be around him, because he was working as a photographer in town. I know if you see this, that's your problem. We are not. I just have to tell this story so that people can be, like, ladies in Africa, or rather wherever, can be aware. Yeah. So it happened. So I'd even like I had to move in with him. So I brought my things in. Crap. So I brought my things in his house, and I was just so settled in. And then this guy, like, when I checked on his Facebook, everything is just okay. Like, you know, like, the love is at the peak to the extent I don't even question anything, okay? Sometimes he'd come home late and then found like I've made food for him. I even went ahead and washed his clothes. Yeah, I did. Washed his clothes, iron his clothes, make the clothes look good, because I wanted him to look good, yeah? Aki Nairobi. Yeah, Maki, you know, I was so naive. I was like, how old am I? I was like in my teens. I think I was 19 or 18. 18. I was 18. So I was just happy because people would talk about their boyfriends and stuff. So at least me too, I had something to bring on the table, you know. Because people would talk about their boyfriend, at least I'm also bringing something on the table and talking about more about him. And we're planning ahead. You know, I'm 18 and I'm already planning on marriage. See how naive I was, like. And the guy was a lawyer, by the way. Yeah, so you know lawyers. Yeah, so we'd talk about getting married in future, doing stuff together. Like when we go to town, he'd give me like the spot, like when you border the matatu, ananiachia space ya nini nifaje, space ya dirisha, nikae kwa dirisha. Like he was just protecting me, unajua. And so one day I went to his Facebook, okay, like sometimes I even like stay in his house for like 2 weeks without not going to school. Like I wouldn't go. I missed classes so bad. Like I'd miss classes to the extent my mom even had to call like this dormitory, this hostel lady. Like, you know, in school there's these people who govern the hostel and stuff, you know. My mom had to call the hostel girl and ask her like, have you talked to Cheryl? I've been trying to call Cheryl, she's not picking calls, because, you know, love was at the peak. I wasn't even checking on my phone, checking on my parents, doing stuff. So yeah, so that happened. And then this, like, I'd even convinced my mom like I'm at my girlfriend's place or my friend's place, but you know, I'm chilling with my boyfriend. So this day I went to his Facebook and I saw he had a kid, and I was like, whose kid is this? He was carrying a kid on his lap. And then I asked him, what the heck is wrong with this ring light? No, I didn't ask him that. And then I asked him like, who the hell is this kid? And then he told me, this kid is my aunt's kid. I think that's what he said. This is my aunt's kid. And I'm like, oh, this kid looks good. It was so light skinned, and it was just a handsome kid. So me as a girl, a naive, stupid girl, I was like, okay, that's cool. So every weekend I'd go to his house. Every weekend I'm there. Like weekend, I'm out. I'm packing my bags. I'm out of here. Like I'm going to where? I'm going to my boyfriend's place. Yeah. So there's this day. It took so long to come from work, and then I just made some rice for him. The house is so clean, and I was watching some movie on the TV as I wait for him to come back home. You know, I'm that girl. I was so little, and like I was so dumbhead. I was waiting for him, and then this lady knocks at the door. So me, I went, opened the door, and I thought like this lady was someone who's maybe coming to, because the lady had a kid. Because previously his phone used to ring like at night when you're about to go to bed. Shucks, I had this ring light. like his phone used to ring when we were going to bed, and he'd ignore the call. Like he wouldn't pick the call or anything. He'd just ignore or turn off his phone. So me, I didn't know. Me, I thought like, and I asked him, why are you not picking your calls? He said like his work based, so there's this client who's disturbing me with her pictures and stuff. And I'm like, oh, if it's a client, just block it because it's at night. You don't have to pick calls at night. So little did I know. So this lady come, knock at the door. I go open the door. I'm alone in the house. He's not around because he's still at work. Oh, is in the matatu coming back home. So he knocks. I go open the door. This lady looks at me in a weird way, like, who are you? I'm like, I'm Cheryl. And then he's like, he never told me about you. I'm like, and who are you? She didn't answer me. She just walked in the house. She was so mad. And the kid was having a running nose, you know. The kid was having a running nose, like his nose was running, you know. And the kid was kind of like dressed weirdly. So me, with my mind, I was like, okay, I don't know what's happening. My mind didn't even think. My mind didn't tell me that this is kind of like a ex or something, or wife, or, you know. I didn't think about that. So I let her in, and she's just so mad. I can see like she's fuming, like you know, she was like over the roof. And me, I'm one person who likes peace. So what happens is, I go ahead, I ask her, do you want rice? My polite side. I tell her, I've made some food, do you want to eat? She's like, why are you talking to me? Like, she asked me, Mbono unaniongelesha? I'm like, I'm just trying to be polite and make you feel comfortable as you wait for this guy. Because she told me, like, I'm waiting for this guy, where is he? I'm like, I'm still waiting for him too, he's coming. And Maki, it's on Friday. I just came in like today because I came in from school. I just came in that day, so I cleaned the house, I do everything, cooked for him, you know. So she asked me like, where's the guy? I'm like, I'm also waiting for him, he's coming, because I had the keys to the house. Shit, I hate this ring light. So what the lady does, she take the kid, and then the guy comes, and then she asked me to give him the key, like the key to the gate, because there's a way you open a gate, yeah, you know. So I go open for him, and I'm like, there's a lady in the house. He's like, which lady? And I'm like, there's a lady in the house, and she has a kid, and she's so angry. The guy was bummed. I was like, what? And then he went upstairs. It didn't go direct to the house. He went upstairs, and then me, I just went to the house and sat, and then came downstairs. So when he came downstairs, this lady was so mad waiting for him. So he came downstairs, and then the lady was so mad. She took the, you know, the gas cylinder. There's always a grill on top of the gas cylinder. She took the gas cylinder, bang on his glass table, bam, bam. Why have you been cheating on me? You're lying to me. You're not in the house. You've gone to your village, and you're just in the house having other girls. No. So other girls, it's me. And I'm there. So the kind side of me took the kid, went with the kid upstairs, because I didn't want the kid to see all those things that are happening. Wow, it was a trauma. So what I do, I take the kid and then go with the kid upstairs, and then what I hear is just shouting. The guy was overly shouting. She shouts so hard, and all the neighbors were listening to her and stuff. Okay, let's fast forward. And then I come, and the lady didn't go home. She said she's gonna sleep in the house, so we had to sleep in one bed, and the guy had to sleep on the seat because he didn't have any place to sit. So me and the kid, and you know, yeah. So the following day, another girl comes in. She's like, hey, I've come to pick my clothes. Where did you put my clothes? Me, the girl comes in the morning. She's like, I've come to pick my clothes. I'm like, okay, what is happening here? I don't know what's happening. So me, I just called the guy. I'm like, hey, there's this girl by the name Nana. She's come to pick her clothes. Do you know where the clothes are? Do you know where the clothes were? Under the bed. And the clothes were wrapped in a polythene bag, tied, and thrown under the bed. Character development. So I was like, okay, so when I go back to school, this is what you always do. You take my clothes, put it under the polythene bag, throw it in the bed. And then when another girl comes, you put her clothes back. So that you see, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, you know. So I was so bummed, and to the extent I was actually like, we even almost fought each other just for a guy. I always sit down and think about that, and the way God has blessed me with a wonderful, handsome, cute, caring, loving husband. I just laugh because that was stupidity of the highest order, because who does that to all this beauty? Like, but I always think like maybe God didn't want me to be with him, because I was even telling my mom, you know, mom, I've gotten the best guy to get married to. I want to be with this guy, and all those kind of stupid stuff like a girl would tell their parents. This guy was cheating on me, literally, like so much with I don't know how many girls apart from the three, or rather four that I knew. Like, imagine if I was pregnant for him, what would I have done? Hey, I just sitaki imagine, like, yo. Another thing is, after that, I ended up also dating one of my schoolmates, and one of my schoolmates, like, he had been chasing me for the like last 2 years. 2 years, and then I ended up dating him, and then this guy was also cheating on me. Like, I was kind of like a second chick. Like, there was a first chick and then me, so I'm like a second chile. And then this chile knocks at the door when I'm in the house. Knocks at the door when I'm in the house, and then I go open the house. The girl looks at me. This is another relationship. Like, now I'm in second year, 2.1, second year, first semester. I decided to date this guy from my school, and then that happened. So I used to go be with him because I didn't want to stay in the hostel. Hostel sucks, and then this ring light sucks too. So I'm not gonna do hash makeup just like that. So what happened is, I go open the door. This guy bumps in, go direct to bed, start slapping that guy. I'm like, who are you? This girl, what is she doing here? Nah, all that kind of stupid stuff. And I'm just there standing, looking. So I go back to school. Like, the guy convinced me, and I take him back, and I'm like, okay, let's do this again. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to fight for this love. Okay, so again, I go back to school, because I used to go to my boyfriend's place every weekend, because weekend there's no classes. So I go back to this guy's house, open the door. That same lady who found me in the house, she's in bed with this guy, and she doesn't have a top. And this guy comes out. He's like, I'm not dating this lady. I'm not dating this lady. We're not doing anything. And if you look at his lips, it's covered in lipstick. And he's literally saying no. I was like, bro, you've been caught. Can you just say yes, you've been caught, and let's move on? He's like, no, you know, I love you so much. I don't want to break your heart. I just want to be with you. She's not even someone that I treasure. She was my ex. Like, she's your ex and you're in bed with her, you know. So I took my phone, turned on the flashlight, took a picture of his lips, showed it to him, but he was still refusing, saying like, this is not lipstick. I was just having chips, and then the tomato sauce that I was using, you know, like tomato sauce that I was using was kind of like nana on my lips. I'm like, bro, can you just say, yeah, you've been caught, and let's talk about this so that you can make the relationship going? So I went ahead and told my friend, and then my friend told my mom, and my mom was like, you know, if a guy is with you and he's not respecting you, he's not taking you, he's not treating you as a queen, he's not doing this. And I was like, no, mommy, I'm gonna fight for this love. I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I pack my bags again to the guy. He convinces me. I trust him. We move on. I stayed with him like for 3 days, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, went back to school. Then I just decided to give him a surprise visit. So I go ahead and go and visit him on Thursday. Do you know what I found? This lady in the house wearing his jacket. Yeah, so I just had to leave the relationship, but it was so painful for me, because I had invested my emotions, everything I had in it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do now? So I decided to move out from the hostel, because this was the main issue, you know. I decided to move out of the hostel, and I went and lived with 2 of my friends, so we were sharing the rent. in Roysambu. So I lived with two of my friends, so we do stuff together, blah blah blah, you know. And I was so heartbroken. I was like, I'm not gonna do this relationship anymore, and different kind of stuff. And then I met my current husband. Like, yo, God knew. God just wanted to give me the best out of the best. They always say save the best for the last. After trying all the frogs, yeah. So God gave me my husband, and we started talking. So I moved out from living with the two girls, because we were three girls. So I moved out from living with the two girls, and I rented my own single room, and I just lived with it. And then I found job, because so I was in psychology class, okay? And in psychology class, you always tend to make like people's mind to be okay, feel free, feel good, you know. So I ended up narrating the whole story to one of my friends, and this guy was working in Safaricom. So this guy was like a good friend of me. So I told him this story, and he's like, I know this story is kind of like weighing you down. You need to get something to keep you busy. So immediately he just texted this guy, check, 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 check. There's a girl who wants a job. The guy called me. I got interviewed. I got job at USIU as a cashier. So that kind of made me feel like, that kind of made my mind feel packed, and not to think about the relationship that I just came off from. And actually it made me feel good, because I was earning. I could pay my rent with the tips. Yeah, I used to pay my rent with the tips, and then the money that I had, I'd pay my school fees. I told my mom not to pay my school fees now. I'm okay, I can cater for my school fees. And yeah, I don't want to make this video so long, so I'm trying to fast forward things. Yeah, so things happen so fast. Like after 4 months, this guy with a girl that I used to get them together in the house broke up. And that was like, I kind of felt good in a way, because they were like, this girl was kind of giving me dirty looks, like talking to me weirdly and stuff. She even wanted to like, we even wanted to fight, you know. We're just fighting for this guy. Like, he's not even handsome right now. Like, if I think of him, I'm like, these guys are not even handsome like my husband is. No, they were not. So yeah, that's my story. God bless me with the best. I'm so happy with my relationship right now. You know, relationship with ups and downs and everything, but this one is kind of character development. So girls in Nairobi, be cautious who you're dating. Don't invest your relationship, like, don't invest your emotions, your feelings, your everything so fast. You might not know what you're falling into, because me, I was depressed. Me, I was sober. If it wasn't for that job that kept me working and kept my mind busy, I don't know what would have done. And also meeting my husband now, because I'd rant to him. I'd tell him all the things that happened. I was like, you know what, this guy's done this to me. No, I don't like this guy. He's done, and then it comforted my heart. It made me feel peacefully. It made me feel good. And that's how I started developing a feeling for him. Yeah, and look at us now. We got married. We're almost celebrating our first year anniversary, which I'm so happy about it, and I thank God for that. Who would have known? Who would have known? So God put me in this position to experience all different kind of relationship before getting the best. So punchline is, sometimes you have to wait to get what's best and not rush. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm not gonna do like a hard makeup, because it's at night. I just wanted to do a simple makeup for you guys to see, but I'll try and do makeup for you guys, tutorial for you guys to see, because you guys have been asking for my makeup tutorial. If this video is the best, give it a thumbs up and share with me your story on the comment section. I want to hear you guys' story, how you handle your breakup, how you handle your stuff. And yeah, so guys, till next time. I don't want to make this video so long. Oh, let me say this first. So this is how I moved to a single room. I paid the house rent by myself, and then the house didn't have good, like, no, I don't want to say that. Like, the house wasn't that good, so my husband put me in the next level. So actually it was my boyfriend, but then like that, then I ended up having a 2-bedroom at the end before I relocated to the United States. So it was all planned by God. God knew. God wanted me to have the best after experiencing the worst. You know, being my skin color in Kenya, it's kind of like so hard to get the perfect person, because people just play around with you. Because like there's a point where I thought like people just like light skin and not dark skin, so I kind of struggled with that. But I'm so happy, like right now my husband love my skin. And yeah, I'm not generalizing, so don't come bashing with me. I'm not generalizing, I'm saying what I experienced. So don't come texting me, giving me weird comments. No. Yeah guys, so feel free to go and shop these products. I'm gonna leave the link in my bio. I actually have 3 of them, and if you're in US, I want to give away one of them. This one is new, I haven't used it yet. It's in color 8. I don't like color 8. It's kind of like for brown light skin girls. And the other one is color 6. So if you're in US, just text me down below, let me know, and I'm gonna ship you this for free. Till next time guys, hope you enjoyed the story. Quick disclaimer, y'all know I'm married. I'm happily married. I love my husband so much, and this video I'm just gonna be